All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Nate Close. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications at the Cinema Arts Center. I'm here today with Dylan Skolnick, the co-director of the Cinema Arts Center, and we have some exciting news that we wanted to share. This is some news that people have been waiting for. So Dylan, what's on the horizon for the cinema?
Well, the big news is that we finally have a reopening date. It's February 4th. If you're saying everybody's been waiting for this, people have been asking me about it for a long time now and saying how much they miss us, which is really, really kind and wonderful. And all I would also add is, as much as you are missing this, I can assure you we want this more than anybody as well. So we're really happy to be finally getting the place open.
So I know everyone is going to be thrilled about the reopening date coming up so soon. What pieces needed to come together so that we could set this date?
No, it's based on really solid plans now. There've been people have been coming up and asking, when is it reopening, and we give some general estimates that would be based on vague estimates. Now we're working closely with our architect, H2M Architects and Engineers, who are pulling together the plans for submission to the town for building permits. We've been talking to the town about how long that process might take. We've been working with our contractor, All Cinema, about exactly how long this construction based on the new plan will take. So unlike previous times where it was a little vague, this is based on clear data from each of these steps that this is going to take this many weeks, it's going to take that many weeks. And then we also built in a little cushion because stuff happens. I don't know if anybody's listening has ever done renovation, but it is amazing how many things can surprise you, shall we say, go wrong, be unexpected. There's been a lot of that. Originally, it just was take seats out, put seats in. Now there is so much more involved that really there was a lot more planning. So there's been endless discussions, drawings, figuring out how to meet code in terms of the just general codes and also particularly the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA. Just been a ton of planning and time spent working with the architect and all our designer, etc., and contractor to just get everything on paper so we'd be ready to submit an application to the town.
So the reopening date is set for February 4th. We're still about 4 months away. What work still needs to be completed in that time?
Well, the plan is pretty much almost final, so it can be the next step will be submitting the application to the town of Huntington for building permits. When those are approved, the work will commence. There's going to be the installation of the new seats. There's going to be new lighting. There's going to be new wall coverings, new carpets, new ceiling tiles.
You mentioned before that during the course of renovation, it's common to encounter problems that need to be addressed that push the project back. We've had supporters share their concerns and questions about why the project's taking so long. Can you touch on that a bit?
Sure. Yeah, there's a really vital questions, and I know people have been coming up to me and talking to me, and it's been a really frustrating time because there have been a lot of delays and surprises, and sometimes we'd be wanting to talk to people and tell them what's going on, and we'd be almost ready to make an announcement, and it was just like that feeling where it's right within reach, and you're reaching, and it keeps just sort of pulling away from you. So it's been a tough time, and I really appreciate people who have been very patient. I know some of them have come to me and they're not feeling so patient. They're worried about us and they want to make sure that we're coming back. So yeah, there were just a ton of surprises. The scale of the project changed. It became clear that when we rearranged the pattern of the seats, which was necessary because they're not the same seats. They're more comfortable. They're a little larger. They're not the big recliners, but they are larger than our old seats, which is really what people demand now. They want a little more comfort. And that changed the layout. That triggered a whole bunch of these, I mentioned, ADA requirements, which are great. We want to be in compliance, but that there was a lot of complication with figuring that out. We had some roof leaks that caused issues that were a real problem. It quickly became clear that we needed really a proper architectural firm that could really take on this multitude of details that were needed to get the necessary permits. Um, so that was then we had to find someone. We talked to a number of different firms. They were all great, but we ended up going with H2M Architects and Engineers, and they've been working really hard and pushing this through. And we really appreciate their help with this.
How is this renovation going to change the experience of someone coming to see a movie at the Cinema Arts Center?
Well, it's going to be a lot cleaner and nicer and more modern. The seats are going to be more comfortable than the old seats. It's just going to be all around more pleasant experience in terms of that. And it's just anyone who's ever had a house or anything, knows that it doesn't get better just from letting it sit there or be used. So I don't know like what people's carpets are like in their home, but if you have thousands of people walking across your carpet for decades, well, you can kind of guess what the result is. And they were getting pretty tired, and you could just kind of multiply that to all the different parts of our facility. So we're really happy that we're taking advantage of this opportunity to really clean the place up and do work that had been long overdue.
Thanks a lot, Dylan. Um, I know we're really excited for the new and improved cinema, and we're really looking forward to welcoming everybody back and getting to enjoy the new space together. Do you have any parting words or appeals for anyone watching?
Well, mostly just want to thank everybody for being so supportive during this really challenging time. It's really been the worst period in the entire history of the cinema, and really thankful that people have been so supportive in terms of continuing to make donations and buy memberships, and reaching out to us about how much the cinema means to them, and looking forward to our return. So thank you to everybody.